enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition
Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me upon this morning. Yes, indeed. Glad to have you here, child. We got so much to talk about and to get through and to discuss. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this morning. Norwegian Cruise Line is making some headway, including a brand new ship. I'll fill you in with everything that you need to know on that. Disney parks, they are opening the doors of Imagineering in a way that I don't think we've ever seen before. The closest I can think of that access is the Imagineering story, which is on Disney Plus, with the amazing gift and the legend that she is, Angela Bassett, being the narrator for that series. So please go check it out. It's called the Imagineering story, rather. Then Delta Airlines, okay, they've been doing some upgrades. So you guys know you can get a Shake Shack cheeseburger on a first class Delta airline flight. We talked about that here, but wait till you see what else they got in store. Megan Thee Stallion, she finally opened up her Popeyes location in Miami. So we're going to talk about that as well. Stephen A. Smith wants to run for president, child. He still is considering this. And I'm just like, why? Why? We don't need this. We don't need it. We don't want it. Nobody asked for it. Okay, so we'll talk about that here as well. In addition to that, HBCUs. We're going to talk about HBCUs because there's a brand new exhibition coming out at the African American Smithsonian of Culture. We'll talk about that. And the United States of America is finally having a backbone as well. So a lot going on here. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me tell you how this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And one thing to know, and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Rolling.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it out right. Whatever you want, the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I said,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning. Julie Chen, Moonves, and Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You're absolutely around this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well with each and every single one of you. Glad to have all you here. Let's talk about some Norwegian Cruise Line, shall we? All right, let's get to it because I am so excited about Norwegian Cruise Line. It is that cruise line. Good morning to the 9 people that are here. Thank you so much for being here. Let me get this up for you guys here. So here we go from Norwegian Cruise Line. This came out on the 12th. Norwegian Cruise Line debuts debuts new brand platform, rather. Say that 3 times. It's different out there and launches national ad campaign. NCL reintroduces its iconic 90s tagline. It's different out there with a modern flair to meet expectations of today's families. Today, Norwegian Cruise Line, the innovator of global cruise travel with a 59-year history of breaking boundaries, unveiled its new brand identity inspired by its iconic 90s tagline. It's different out there, along with a first look at its new national TV campaign. The new platform is rooted in NCL's history as a pioneer in the industry and the creator of freestyle cruising, which eliminated rigid traditional dining and entertainment schedules and allow guests to dine where, when, and with whom they wish. NCL defined the cruise line industry as we know it today, becoming the very first company to offer weekly cruises to the Caribbean and the first to have a private island break serve in the Bahamas. Wait a minute, I did not know that. Child, Carnival, what's going on here? They were the first to have a private island and the first company to offer weekly cruises. So Norwegian was the one that set it off for everybody. So that means Carnival's been eating. Royal Caribbean's been eating. Like, oh my God. That's so messed up. But it's okay. It's okay because you recognize what you have done for your own brand. That is, I did not know that. The new positioning celebrates the disruptor mentality that has always set NCL apart and is now reimagined for travelers who value curated experiences, flexibility, and meaningful time with their loved ones where they can be fully present. Developed in partnership with Arnold Worldwide, the refreshed brand platform reframes what cruising can feel like and leans into a world where memories matter more than offerings. The freedom to be fully present is the ultimate goal of any vacation, replacing the industry's obsession with scaling up and attraction overload. This is a pivotal moment for Norwegian Cruise Line. We're not just launching a campaign, we are re-anchoring our brand, the values that have always set us apart, freedom and flexibility, said Karen Smith, Chief Marketing Officer of Norwegian Cruise Line. For nearly 60 years, NCL has been an innovator, and this transformation honors that legacy while meeting the expectations of today's guests. Delivering on this vision takes trusted partners who understand our DNA, and Arnold has helped us bring it to life in a way that is authentic and unmistakably NCL. The centerpiece of the national effort to bring the new brand identity to the masses is a breakout TV campaign for all marine time. A cinematic narrative celebrating travelers who rejected outdated norms and embraced the freedom and flexibility NCL is built for. For as long as people have sailed around, there have always been those who have longed for a little more flexibility. The film follows a spirit across maritime history, spotlighting the intrepid sailors who had never fit neatly into any stuffy nautical tradition. So here is the commercial right here, guys. Here we go.
On this ship, you represent His Royal Majesty and shall dress accordingly.
Sorry, is there any leeway on the uniform? It's so itchy. It's a wool.
I mean, what genius thought of wool at sea and these shoes?
We were thinking flippy floppies, perhaps.
It just lets the toes breathe.
That's just an idea. Think about it.
No!
Right.
Flip-flops, cool.
Very cool. Right this way.
Wow.
Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different
You
out
know
here.
what? I really like that. Bringing the old with the new, and to take, little things of like, can we elevate this with some grilled steak? I mean, my Lord, is this all we got? And showcasing how it's different out here from back in the day. Very well done. I like that. I like that a lot. The new campaign, which spans TV, out of home, OOH, digital, social, and radio, also introduces a completely new look and feel for the brand that is focused on showing the cruiser's point of view, not just the amenities on board. The new visual identity evokes freedom with its airy, fluid, and uncluttered design that gives it a sense of presence in the current moment. Cross channels, the creative reclaims a differentiated position in a category where everything has started to look the same. This is a pivotal moment for Norwegian Cruise Line. We are not just launching a campaign, we are re-anchoring our brand, the values that have always set re-anchoring our brand in the values that have always set us apart, freedom and flexibility. For nearly 60 years, NCL has been an innovator, and this transformation honors that legacy while meeting the expectations of today's guests. Delivering on this vision takes trusted partners who understand our DNA, and Arnold has helped us bring it to life in a way that is authentic and unmistakably NCL. Karen Smith, Chief Marketing Officer of Norwegian Cruise Line. The new platform is different out here. Debuts at the start of a historic year for Norwegian Cruise Line as the company is set to launch its 21st ship onto its fleet, Norwegian Luna, in March, as well as open new enhancements to its private island in the Bahamas, Great Stirrup Cay, including the introduction of Great Tides Water Park this summer, among other exciting milestones. For more information about the company's award-winning fleet and worldwide itineraries, or to book a cruise, please contact a travel professional or call 888 NCL Cruise. That is 888-625-2784. That's 888-625-2784. That's 888-625-2784, or visit ncl.com. Okay, so here is brand advertisements here. So you got your factory settings right there. Reset your factory settings. Out here, the memories make themselves, and then a vacation shouldn't be able to tell time. So yes, indeed, there. Now I want to show y'all this here, because this is what y'all have been seeing on this channel. And
introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the one more please wherever you please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line. Introducing.
So yes, indeed. Now the lagoon is open at Great Stirrup Cay right now, but the water park and the other enhancements will be happening later on this summer in 2026. Now, as we move on here, they debuted, or announced the sale for its largest and most illuminating ship, the all-new Norwegian Aura. Norwegian Aura is now available to book, with first voyages setting sail in May 2027. NCL's next cutting-edge ship will home port in Miami, offering 7-day Caribbean sailings with cost to Great Stirrup Cay, the island you guys just saw, the brand's newly enhanced private island in the Bahamas, Ocean Heights, and open air activities complex to debut as the hallmark onboard attraction curated for multi-generational families with the most slides of any NCL ship, thrilling ropes course, overhanging cabanas, and more. So here is that new ship, and roll it.
Different. Doesn't even touch the surface. The all-new Norwegian Aura with our first ever multi-level open-air oasis. Ocean Heights, made for smiles of every size. Find all the space to connect and disconnect. From one horizon to the
residencies on board.
The journey is all about discovering what's out here. Norwegian Aura. It's different out here.
Well done. Hang on. Let's go back for a minute. So, right. Now, I'm. Oh my God. This is. Okay. So you see this bar here. And it looks like this is into the artwork. You see the actual stone there. This is some work here. Now that looks like it's going to be games right here of some kind. Oh, wow. This is something special. Now, of course, this might be the Tides pool here. And all these water slides here. Oh my God. I'm not seeing the go-karts though, or maybe they're gonna keep the go-karts on the other ships. Oh, wow, this is something here. Hang on.
Different.
Okay, right there. That's what I wanted. Go back. So, you got a little play area here for the kids. And then you got the ropes course right here with an arch on board. And by the way, I love how they're bringing color into this ship naturally, like the blue with the sand colors. I really like that. That's a nice color. And so they have this already on board some of their other ships here. This looks like it's no go-karts on board. It looks like they're going to really be focusing more on families and groups with this ship.
doesn't even touch the surface. The all-new Norwegian Aura with our first ever multi-level open-air oasis.
So that's the open air oasis there. So all of this piping right here, you will get to actually touch that. At least this part right here. So all that is open air. Wow.
Yes.
All of that is on the ship. Okay, all of that. That is
Ocean Heights, made for smiles of every size.
okay. Go back to the ropes course here. Oh my God. Wow. That is skinny as fuck. But of course they'll have a harness, right? And then of course they got like open cabanas here. I think that might be the Vibe Beach Club over here.
Every size.
Yep, this is gonna be the Vibe Beach Club right here, which you do have to pay for. But it looks like it's gonna be a bar within the Vibe Beach Club, which that might be.
Find all the space to connect and disconnect. From one horizon to the next, the journey is all about discovering what's out here. Norwegian Aura. It's different out here.
And that's what we call branding, ladies and gentlemen. Norwegian Cruise Line, NCL, the innovator in global cruise travel, today unveiled an open for sale Norwegian Aura, the longest and largest vessel in its fleet, which will home port in Miami beginning in June of 2027, following her debut in Europe in late May of 2027. Setting a new standard in size and scale for NCL's fleet, the Norwegian Aura will almost be 1,130 feet long, 168,000 gross tons, and will accommodate 3,840 guests at double occupancy. Norwegian Aura will be 10% larger than her predecessors, Norwegian Aqua and Luna. So that's a whole class of ships there. It has been thoughtfully designed to deliver curated, family-focused experiences, complement with reimagined guest favorites. At the center of the action is the all-new Ocean Heights, open-air activities complex that shifts from fun by day to a vibrant, laid-back atmosphere at night, creating a lively space for the whole family. Offering 7-day cruises to the Caribbean. Each of Norwegian's Aura voyages in the region will either visit Harvest Caye, NCL's resort-style destination in Belize, or Great Stirrup Cay, the company's private island in the Bahamas, which recently received several enhancements. As of late 2025, all new guest experiences opened on Great Stirrup Cay, including the Great Life Lagoon, a sprawling pool area with swim-up bars, premium loungers, and a dedicated kid splash area, as well as the Vibe Shore Club, an adults-only area with a private bar and premium lounge seating. Later in 2026, ahead of Norwegian Aura's 2027 sailings, the island will debut the nearly 6-acre Great Tides water park with 19 water slides. Yeah, industry first cliffside jumps and a dynamic river, as well as new adventure excursions. We are proud to introduce the newest and largest addition to our fleet, Norwegian Aura, says Harry Salmer, President and Chief Executive Officer of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings Ltd. Norwegian Aura represents the evolution of Norwegian Cruise Line and the celebration of bringing together families, friends, and travelers from around the world. With brilliance and connection at her core, the ship was created to give all guests the freedom to vacation their own way, offering the chance to exhale, connect, and effortlessly escape into the moment. We look forward to this next milestone. Can't wait for guests to experience all that Norwegian Aura has to offer. And so there's the statement right there. So here is the standout features and itineraries, okay? Ocean Heights, multi-generational fun and adventure, spanning decks 18 to 21, so 18, 19, 21. 3 decks. The first in its fleet, Ocean Heights, will be the ultimate hub for fun, action, and relaxation for the whole family. The Sprawl Activity Zone will combine brand new attractions for NCL with reimagined favorites, transforming from day to night using immersive flying and LED projections. Norwegian Aura will boast the most slides of any NCL ships, with 5 located in the sweeping open-air complex. Ocean Heights Eclipse Racers are the brand's first dueling Mac Racer racer water slide stretching over 400 feet for exciting head-to-head competition for illuminating wet and wild fun and tubular slides. For more thrills, guests can head over to Aurora Freefall, a drop-in body water slide where the floor opens up below and plunges guests down 250 feet of exhilarating twists and turns. The wave is the lowest water slide, a pendulum-style raft attraction that accommodates groups up to 4 guests to ride together through 300 feet of pure fun. And lastly, the returning guest favorite, the drop, is a Prima class signature dry slide that rushes down 10 decks from deck 18 to 8. Oh my God. Ooh. Well, I mean, if there's a restaurant at the bottom of A, I guess it's a good way to get there quickly, right? So if you don't want to go all the way down, hey, I'll meet you at the bar. I'm going to just go on the drop to meet you there. Paired. Designed for adventure seekers, Ocean Heights will also feature a 2-foot Aura ropes course complete with exhilarating challenges paired with breathtaking top deck ocean views. Additional experiences include a 25-foot rock climbing wall, Aurora Midway, and amusement park style outdoor area where guests will be able to enjoy a variety of carnival games like we saw there. I thought that's what it was. A 9-hole mini golf course at NCL's first ever overhanging private cabanas overlooking Vibe Beach Club, and a bar for guests to sip on their favorite beverages. Okay, so I was right about that. Okay, awesome. So here, can we get it? There we go. Good Lord Jesus. Oh, that's the overhanging cabanas right here. Okay, those are the cabanas right there. Okay. And then there's the ropes course right here. The fact that they got all this open is so crazy to me. Oh my God. I mean, they have to have some great engineers to get all this together. You thought go-karts was something? No, slides are another. And look at this. This is the Ocean Heights rendering. So you can literally have a margarita while your kids and your husband or your wife or whoever is above you. And look at this. I think all this is LED. And I'm assuming that this is all going to be like glass, I'm assuming here. Although it would be cool if these were like LED. That would be really cool. Now that looks like an LED arch there. But I do love the blue with the sand colors and the LED monitors. That is really cool. And then here it is at night. Oh my God. Look at this. This is going to be at nighttime. Oh man. Can you imagine the kids wanting to go on this at night? Even the big kids, right? Oh my God, that's amazing. Ocean Boulevard caters to all, from hot tubs and to kid and teen hubs here. Give it a moment, y'all. Okay, there we go. Located on deck 8. Really? Is this what we're doing? Okay, give it a moment, y'all. Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Located on deck 8, Ocean Boulevard is the signature Prima class outdoor promenade that wraps around the entirety of the ship and provides guests opportunities to relax while enjoying endless water views. Aboard Norwegian, or the area has been extended by 11% compared to Norwegian Aqua and Norwegian Luna, offering additional space, more seating, as well as debuting activities and amenities, including new hot tubs and a brand new bar. An expanded Infinity Beach will provide the ultimate hub for relaxation with luxe day beds and waiting pools perfect for afternoon siestas. Additionally, Ocean Boulevard will feature dedicated activities for children and teenagers flanked on either side of the forward end of the ship. Located portside, Adventure Alley is designed for kids 6 to 10 and offers stimulating crawl spaces and twisting tunnels in an imaginative seascape setting overlooking the ocean, while starboard side, the teen hangout provides exclusive retreat for teenagers to relax, socialize, and capture memories at the striking wave and surf photo wall. Lastly, for younger guests aged 2 to 6, Little Explorers Cove Playground is situated at the bow and features a playhouse, slides, and more. I will say this right now, Norwegian is really good about like solo cabins. Can y'all have like a solo, club, for solo travelers? You know what I mean? Now, of course, we all know that there are people who hang pineapple signs on their doors, okay? We're not talking about a club for them, good damn. But I do think, maybe a champagne bar or a champagne club where, if you're actually single and you're looking to mingle, I think that would be cool too on board cruise ships, but that's just me. Next level poolside and sudden deck experiences. Guests aboard Norwegian Aura will enjoy more ways than ever to relax, refresh, and soak up the sun in the ship's expanded and enhanced spaces. Over 20% larger than Norwegian's Aqua and Norwegian's Luna pool decks, that of Norwegian's Aura will be the largest in the NCL fleet with more seating capacity, an additional infinity hot tub, and a larger LED entertainment screen, and an extra open lounge areas to ensure that every guest enjoys the heart of the ship in comfort. The adventure continues on top of decks with the Norwegian Aura Kids Aqua Park, splash pad, and interactive water features within proximity to Ocean Heights on deck 18. Nearby are 2 family fun water slides, the Party Slide, a wide and shallow slide perfect for families and friends to enjoy together, in the Infinity Loop, a figure 8 slide that wraps around the Party Slide. On deck 19, guests will enjoy outdoor lawn games and seating at Horizon Park. 5 Beach Club, NCL's exclusive adults-only retreat, will be 15% larger than those found aboard Norwegian Aqua and Norwegian Luna, providing increased seating, infinity hot tubs, expanded decompressing areas, and a waterfall feature. You say, oh my Lord Jesus. With additional sun loungers, day beds, and a bar as its focal point, Vibe Beach Club will provide the ultimate set for relaxation at sea. So I think this is the main pool here. So you got more day beds here. Day beds there, loungers, and then right there, I think that is the mini golf course. Yeah, that's the mini golf course there. And then here's the beach club. So yeah, they actually have a bar inside the beach club. Now that's gonna be fire. Imagine you right here, you gonna get a margarita and going right back to where you were, as you should. And then here is the bar at Ocean Heights. I am loving the coral colors and like all of this. Now I'm assuming that that's going to be LED, right? They could change the colors to like orange in the day and then blue at night, but it looks like from here it's going to be like an LED installation, which that looks really, really cool. And then the Haven, oh my Lord, of course, if you don't know about the Haven, it is one of the classiest, nicest, like, think about Carnival Cruise Line's Havana cabins and times that by 10. That's what the Haven is. The Haven by Norwegian offers elevated excellence at sea. Norwegian Aura will boast 1,976 staterooms, ranging from studios to suites, which 159 make up the key card access only complex of the Haven by Norwegian. The luxury offering aboard Norwegian Aura will include 30% more suites than previous Prima class ships and the most in the fleet. Designed by renowned Italian designer Piero Lissoni, the Haven suites blend sophisticated design with sweeping sea views and are crafted for optimal privacy and convenience with exclusive private elevator access. The Haven complex features a dedicated sun deck complete with panoramic infinity pool, 2 hot tubs, and an outdoor sauna and cold room. It also offers the dedicated Haven bar and lounge in the Haven restaurant, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you get on board the Haven, right, you have your own restaurant, bar, and lounge. So if you don't want to like go down with the common people, and I say that with love, grace, and space, y'all, this is a higher tier. But if you want to just kind of stay in your own bubble, to have that like inside that space is amazing. Notably, Studio Dado, longtime partners of Norwegian Cruise Line, has designed the private lounge, restaurant, outdoor deck to emulate a tranquil oasis that immerses guests into the world's natural beauty with earth tones a lush canopy of trees and delicate finishes. Beyond luxury accommodations and spaces, guests staying in the Haven will enjoy unmatched service and amenities, including a 24-hour butler, concierge service, priority embarkation, disembarkation, exclusive invitations to onboard events, priority onboard reservations, and much more. So this is the 3-bedroom Haven there, and that is a whole window. Yeah, you get all that. Not to mention, too, I think you get free movies and TV shows as well in your Haven suite. So here's the bathroom here. And then this is the entrance with a staircase. Okay, listen, we don't play around here. Yes, indeed, there. So then they have the whole art, which, by the way, let's go back here. Go back up.
Different. Doesn't even touch the surface. The all-new Norwegian.
When they talk about the whole art, this is what they mean right here. That's what they mean by the whole art there. Let me go down here to that. Signature to the NCL fleet, Norwegian hull will feature a standout hull art design created by international artist Rosie Woods, known for her large-scale murals and collaborations with global brands. Woods' work is defined by flowing, light-driven forms that explore movement, energy, and illumination. Her energy for the vessel draws inspiration from celestial light and bioluminescent seas, creating a modern interpretation for how light reacts with water. Reflecting on her work for Norwegian Aura, Rosie Woods said, "I'm thrilled to partner with Norwegian Cruise Line, who has been known for showcasing beautiful, cutting-edge hull art designs. I'm so excited to see more large-scale piece of artwork come to life, sail across the seas, and illuminate day and night." So it's going from the Mediterranean to Miami. So prior to home porting in Miami for her inaugural season in June of 2027, Norwegian Aura will sail a 7-day Mediterranean voyage from Trieste, Italy to Barcelona, Spain. On May 21st, 2027, will calls to Valletta, as well as Sarno and Rome, Civetta, Italy. Following her 14-day transatlantic voyage, she will commence her season of Caribbean cruises from Miami from June 2027 to October 2027. Norwegian Aura will sail 7-day Eastern Caribbean or Caribbean voyages with calls to quintessential island destinations, including Puerto Vallarta, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, Toronto, British Virgin Islands, and the brand's newly enhanced private island in the Bahamas, Great Stirrup Cay. Then in winter of 2027-2028, Norwegian Aura will offer 7-day Western Caribbean voyages, taking guests to lush tropical destinations like Roatan Islands de La Bajata, Honduras, Costa Maya, and Cozumel, Mexico, as well as Harvest Cay, NCL's resort-style private destination off of the Belizean coast. So, of course, for more information about the company's award-winning fleet and worldwide itineraries, or to book a cruise, please contact a travel professional or call 888 NCL Cruise. That's 888-625-2784. That's 888-625-2784. That's 888-625-2784, or visit ncl.com. So this is the lagoon that is open right now. That lagoon is open. Family enjoying the private island there. And then, of course, this is the Great Stirrup Cay Great Tides Water Park. Okay, so all this will be open this summer, 2026. So should be a great time had by all. And then here is an ocean view stateroom there. And then this is a studio stateroom, so you're just staying by yourself. And then there's a balcony stateroom. So pretty cool there, pretty cool. And then, of course, they do have the sailings open. So like I said, I'm not getting paid by Norwegian. Okay, I really do love cruising and traveling and everything else. And also too, Spill Sesh as well, which I was quite surprised. You know, she talks about influencers and the gossip in the world of social media, but she watches a lot of cruise videos. So hopefully Skill Session will watch this. But here it is here. Here's Ocean Heights right here. Ocean Boulevard right there. Vibe Beach Club, pool deck, and kids aqua park. So we'll go to the pool deck first. So right here, this will be the pool deck. And of course, for the kids right here, this will be the kids aqua park right here with a very nice little slide right there. Of course, a slide from A to B. Very nice, very simple. Then we have Ocean Heights. Now, this is the triple deck complex. So 3 water slides, a dry slide, ropes course, a rock climbing wall, a bar, a mini golf, a fun fair, and more. So all that will be right there in Ocean Heights. Then the Vibe Beach Club right here. So this is their biggest beach club ever. More day beds, lounges, plus a bar, infinity, hot tubs, a waterfall, and exclusive amenities. I'm sure they have not showcased where the waterfall is going to be yet, but I'm sure they'll showcase that in due time. And then, of course, oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Okay, give me a second. The Ocean Boulevard right here. This is the outdoor promenade offering endless 360-degree views, including outdoor bars and restaurants, infinity pools, hot tubs, a kids' playground, a teen area, and our seaside escapes, Infinity Beach. So there is that there. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, cool. So right here, so this is the Ocean Heights complex there. There's Ocean Boulevard. There's the Kids Aqua Park. There's the Vibe Beach Club. There's the pool deck, water slides. So 6 water slides altogether. And then here is, I think this might be the same video. Yeah, it's the same video.
Different. Doesn't even touch the surface. The all-new Norwegian Aura with our first ever multi-level open-air oasis. Ocean Heights, made for smiles of every size. Find all the space to connect and disconnect. From one horizon to the next, the journey is all about discovering what's out here. Norwegian Aura. It's different out here.
Yes, indeed, there. So this is the whole artist here. And then, of course, right here, very affordable prices there. So you literally can get it for $1,263. That's a 5-day. 7-day, a little bit higher, but not bad. $1,319 there. So now this one right here, from Barcelona to Miami, okay, $1,599. That's not a bad price. Go from Barcelona, Spain to Miami, okay? So there's all of that. If you need more information, just head over to ncl.com, all right? So that ship will be selling in 2027. Racer OK will have all of their new updates by summer of 2026. All right, y'all. More Brantley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here, right now. Now, of course, we're going from Norwegian Cruise Line. Oops, excuse me. Oh, my God. We're going from Norwegian Cruise Line to Disney now. People Magazine, people.com, new report offers a rare look inside the strict rules 3,000 Disney's 3,000 Imagineers have to follow from signing non-disclosure agreements, which is not too crazy. Most companies, you know, they usually have some type of NDA to working in unmarked warehouses. Imagineers go to great lengths to keep the Disney magic alive. Let's talk about what you need to know. A January 9th report from the Wall Street Journal is offering a rare look at the responsibilities of Disney Imagineers. Per the report, Imagineers must work in secret and follow strict rules from signing non-disclosure agreements to use unmarked warehouses as their workspace. The report also highlights the lack of creative freedom some Imagineers have been feeling as they're told to focus more on the brand's franchises. A new report is offering a rare look inside the world of Disney Imagineering and all the top secret rules Imagineers must follow. The Wall Street Journal pulled back the curtain on the pressures and strict rules Disney Imagineers experience in a tell-all report published Friday, January 9th. The 3,000 engineers, artists, and project managers that make up the Imagineers go to great lengths to ensure the Disney magic remains alive for park goers and cruise ship guests, all while they work behind the scenes in order to ensure guests feel like they're stepping into a magical alternate world. Imagineers have to do their work, on their projects that unmarked warehouses as to not draw attention to their work per the report. Okay. Inside these warehouses, their workstations have currents surrounding those sensitive work to avoid any potential leaks to the public. Beyond this, Imagineers also have to sign non-disclosure agreements as a precaution to keep sensitive projects concealed. In addition to having to be secretive about their work, Imagineers are responsible for balancing their creative visions with the strict budget that they've been given. The report describes an internal process some Imagineers have followed called progressive seduction in order to get around executives and the obstacles they sometimes present. This process saw employees work to get approval for projects at a small scale. This is just one seemingly small improvement at a time until the project was how they wanted to be. The report states citing a person with knowledge of the matter. So this is a video here. Let's see how long it is. Oh, that's not long. Okay.
It's something called Imagineering. Any questions?
Oh, they brought back Tom Morrow. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Tom Morrow was a huge presence in Tomorrowland. Okay, that's cool.
So, how about we answer your question today?
Do I ask my question to you or
turn to that camera?
Oh, hi. How do Imagineers make mountains?
That is quite the quarry. Let me show you.
Do I come with you or? Cool. I'll stay here.
Hey, Michelle, he runs it. You just exist. So.
On the fort.
You know, I think Tammy, one of our rockwork engineers, might know this answer. Tammy, it takes nature millions of years to make a mountain. How do you make it look so easy?
Our process takes a lot of time too. First, we have to figure out what kind of mountain we're making. Is it a real one like the Matterhorn or something more fantastical like the floating mountains from Avatar? Either way, we start with a lot of research. Once we figure out what elements we want to include, we build a miniature model.
Aw, adorable baby mountains. Reminds me of the time someone said I should be a little bolder.
From there, the models are scanned, and then I lay out the steel that's going to become the mountain's steel skeleton. Bent rebar, lath, and concrete plaster are then attached to the steel to make it look like rock.
And that's it?
The final step before it looks real is finishing, which is when artists carve and paint the concrete plaster to make the rockwork look just like a real mountain.
What's one thing people don't think about when they see Disney mountains?
I think a lot of people don't realize how much is integrated into our rockwork. So things like lights, speakers, and plants really help bring the magic to life.
Tammy, not to get too sentimental, but thank you. You truly are a rock star. There you have it. Now, I hope you won't take Disney mountains for granted. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Imagineer That. And if you'd like to get your question answered, leave it in the comments below. We'll try and answer as many as we can, even if it takes years.
Not Tom Morrow.
Any questions?
Shading
Tom?
Disney.
How do I get my question answered? Guess we'll just have to watch the episode.
Yes, indeed. There, despite wanting to develop more original concepts, they've been told to focus on franchises, especially after Bob Iger became CEO of the Walt Disney Company in 2005. Iger later returned as CEO in 2022 after briefly stepping down in 2020. The report highlights Disney's upcoming Villains Land as a project many Imagineers are most excited about, as it is the closest thing to original land at Disney U.S. parks in 25 years. This is because it's not based entirely on a specific film, but will still incorporate familiar favorites like The Little Mermaid's Ursula, Snow White's Evil Queen, Aladdin's Jafar, and many more. Disney first announced the new land, which will be expansion of the Magic Kingdom at the Disney Experiences Showcase at D23, people previously reported. Walt Disney Imagineering President Bruce Vaughn told Wall Street Journal that Disney Imagineering is currently in its most ambitious period. Really? This is the most ambitious y'all have ever been? Wow. Okay, then, I guess. And we're going to, that was so shady. Stop it, Braylon. And we're going to ramp up and reignite Imagineering culturally. You know, maybe y'all could have I don't know, what is it called? A content creator panel or content creator board where it's like, these content creators have to sign the NDAs. They got to walk into, you know, the unmarked buildings. And, you know, you can have people like myself, Floridan Phil, and La Renee Creole, and other people who know what it is to be creative, because y'all are allergic to creativity at this point, because I'm not believing shit until I see it. But to have a board that you guys can check in with throughout the process. I mean, you got the moms panel already. Disney Parks, you know, moms panel, I believe they have that. But there needs to be more of the fans interjected into Disney. Now, I know there's the pixie dusters that doesn't want anything to be changed. Good Lord Jesus. Walt Disney has always said that this quote was for Disneyland, but then it just kind of took on life of its own. That, you know, Disneyland will never be complete as long as there's enough imagination left in the world. And they can put that quote and just splashed it all over Disney, which, I mean, it makes sense, but you know, it is what it is. And we got a tremendous amount of investment coming through. This transformative period comes amid Disney's massive $60 billion investment in its theme parks and cruise ships through 2033 rather, excuse me, which is almost twice as much as what the company invested in the last decade, according to a report. So, like I said, myself, Floridan, and Phil, we have done BF Imagineering episodes all last year. A great time on of those this year. We just got to find the right project, or projects rather, to bring to you all, because it takes a lot of time, energy, and commitment. Now, of course, we're not Walt Disney Imagineers, but we do a lot of work to make sure that whatever we bring to you, it could happen in reality. Like I said before, it's not that people hate Disney. I think they hate this version of Disney, that people know Disney can be better, but they're not doing it. So I think that's the argument there, right? So with that being said, here it is from Disney Tourist blog. 11 surprises revealed about Walt Disney Imagineering's comeback after cutbacks and costly mistakes. So right here, 3 years ago, we wrote that it would be the year of cleaning up Chapek's costly catastrophes and gave several examples of things that needed fixing from in-park at Walt Disney World to get satisfaction to Imagineering morale. Oh, how naive we were. Getting the Parks and Resorts or Experiences Division back on the right track will take much longer and remains a work in progress as of 2026. Things are very clearly trending in the right direction, though. We've learned as much during conversations over the last year plus and witnessed it along with everyone else during public presentations, what's changed and been announced since. From the outside, the shift became visibly less than a year after Chapek's ouster with announcement that the company planned to invest $60 billion in turbocharging its parks and resorts over the next 2 years, and was cemented by the blockbuster D23 Expo that followed. I say blockbusters in the eye of the beholder. I think Epic Universe, you know, kind of took the wind out of the sails of Disney. But hey, that's just me. Turbocharged growth quickly became a punchline with the fans, especially over a year later, as zero shovels had still yet to hit soil. Fast forward to early 2026 with Earth moving on multiple major projects on both coasts. The joke isn't as funny. Based on everything I've seen and heard, I had a post in my drafts since late summer questioning whether Walt Disney Imagineering is entering a new golden age. The simple reason that I've yet to publish or even write more than 300 words in a rough outline is because it feels premature. As much as I am convinced that Imagineering is heading in the right direction, or at least a better direction than it was under Chapek, there's still the reality that the recent output has been mixed. That Imagineering has lost a lot of institutional knowledge, and that's something that money can't buy. I've been saying that there needs to be a Walt Disney Creatoratory where myself, Florentine, Phil, Lon Renee Creo, and others, including Mickey Views as well. He's a great content creator, and Ricky Blog and many others in the content creator space of theme parks. We can work there by looking at what has been old at Disney. We can look at different brands, and we can say, hey, what would this look like at Walt Disney World? Let's put it through AI and see what that could be. Okay, now let's give it to Imagineering, see if they agree with it, and then the Creatoratory and Imagineering work together. There needs to be another, powerful force there, just like Michael Eisner, and shout out to Frank Wells, who passed away during a skiing accident. Those two were great people. Michael Eisner was the creative head, and Frank Wells was the financial head. But Frank Wells also understood Imagineering, and he understood that, okay, well, this is going to take some money, but I see the creativity. So Frank Wells not only cared about the finances, but he cared about the creativity, and the creativity matched with what they were asking for in terms of money. Then there you go. So it was a Walt Disney Roy Disney partnership there. And there's still a lot of the confidence in results that are only okay. That's the average age of Imagineers has dropped sharply since 2019. This guy here, Bruce Vaughn, has returned. Some of the many positives that is confusing me. Some of the many positives are that Bruce Vaughn has returned and is rebuilding morale. That Imagineering has its largest presence ever at Walt Disney World, and that this happened mostly organically. That the site level leadership at both Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Anaheim, not Glendale, is well pedigreed and up to the task, and that the project teams helming some of the more controversial projects likewise is right to finally helm those additions. That Walt Disney World was finally willing to budget some of its singles and doubles. And that money isn't just being spent freely, but smartly. That there's still plenty of talent within the halls of WDI. We touched on some of these things in a variety of posts without elaborating much. As well, an interesting new piece just dropped in the Wall Street Journal, which explores some of these same topics. That article is well worth a reading in full, but I wanted to share some of the most interesting takeaways, surprises, and disappointments along my perspective on each. So this is Avengers Campus. If you're wondering why they can't use Marvel, it's because Universal has the theme park rights in perpetuity. So as long as they stick with the guidelines, they will always be able to use Marvel. Okay. So there is that. Multiple major Marvel rides killed. According to the article, senior parks executives didn't trust DWI could deliver projects on time and on budget after Shanghai Disneyland. As a result of that, major plans for several Marvel attractions were killed. Most people familiar with the matter told Wall Street Journal, I'm skeptical of this claim, at least as presented. For one thing, the claim that the mistakes were made with Shanghai Disneyland caused senior parks executives to be distrustful of Imagineering lacks nuance. Shanghai Disneyland did suffer cost overruns and delays covered here, but Bruce Vaughn was probably the fall guy for that covered here, while all that largely revolved around the moonshot challenges of building a theme park in mainland China for the first time ever. Parks leadership isn't stupid. No. Well, you said that, not me. I believe differently, but that's neither here nor there. They realize that there are obvious differences in building between building in China and Florida. Although Shanghai Disneyland didn't result in austerity measures in the domestic parks and short-term pullback in spending, that wasn't about a lack of trust, at least not exclusively. The problems in China were uniquely to the locality And if they weren't, the big spending on Shanghai Disneyland was long ago vindicated. Epic Universe owes a debt to Shanghai Disneyland. I'm not even kidding. As for the specific claims about Marvel attractions being killed, at least 2 of those are a matter of public record. When it comes to those, my understanding is that factors other than budgetary trust were at play. There's also the reality that Cosmic Rewind, which had absolutely blockbuster budget, came after Shanghai Disneyland instead of more modest alternatives. Given the totality of circumstances related to trust, I'm honestly surprised that so many Marvel projects have progressed through the pipeline. So here is this here. Now, we did talk about Disney Adventure and that they have been making it do what it do when it comes to the cruise line. Now, I just want to say this, Disney. This is looking like the boat roller coaster at sea from Carnival Cruise Lines. Okay. All right. Moving on. Like I said, I pay attention to everything, everybody. Disney Adventure, way over budget, okay? Way over budget. The article opens up with the story of the Disney Adventure, which was the partially budget global dream cruise ship that Chapek acquired for pennies on the dollar at a cost of just $40 million. I'll just drop $40 million. Everybody's got $40 million, said no one ever. Disney allegedly estimated that it would cost about $1 billion to complete, or less than half of what the company typically spends to build a ship. However, Imagineers discovered it was harder than expected to turn a ship made or gambler into a family-friendly entertainment vessel. It was like trying to turn a Honda into a Hummer. Justin New, a former Imagineer who oversaw the retrofit, told the Wall Street Journal. The final cost of the Disney Adventure is about $1.8 billion. Its launch in Singapore was delayed at the last minute from December to March of 2026 to complete the finishing touches, forcing the committee to refund and reschedule thousands of reservations. This is mostly just disappointing. We had previously considered the acquisition of the Global Dream as a rare Chapek W, and it still might be, as Ron does mention that the retrofit saved Disney time, even if it ended up costing more money. In the last couple of years, more and more has come out suggesting the retrofit is a mild boondoggle, not covered in the article, but interested in me as a potential market for these Singapore sailings and how, if Disney can pivot. The company has been optimistic about the eventual earnings calls, perhaps overly so. So rather, I fear the adventure's problems are just getting started. In hindsight, this purchase might end up becoming a common Chapek mistake. Ooh. Now, this right here, this was supposed to be Epcot. We did not get this. So let's see here. 93% of projects under budget. The article spends considerable attention on budgets, with the present day stats being heightened pressure on Imagineering to deliver projects on time and on budget after years of failing to do so. A Disney spokeswoman said 93% of Imagineering's work in the past 4 years has come in under budget. 93% is like an A in school. That's not good. 93%, that means most, if not all, the projects have been shit. Oh my God, bruh. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Oh my God, I have 2 almost conflicting thoughts on this. The first is that 93% likely depends upon the reference point. For example, is Communicore Hall being compared to the original multi-level festival center or the scale-back plans a few years later? A lot of plans were scaled back post-COVID, which makes that 93% more attainable. Absent that, the last 4 years have been a period of ballooning labor and material costs because of the President of the United States doing tariffs and shit. Like, we gotta call out for what it is, okay? Just keeping it a damn buck, all right? On that basis alone, and through no fault Imagineering, I have a tough time believing that 93% at this number will also mean that 37 out of 40 projects came in under budget, which is a large number of projects. That it probably counts things like hotel room reimagining, restaurant refurbishes, light bulb changing, the low-hanging fruit that's easier for containing costs. The second thought is that I've heard repeatedly that Imagineering have to laser focus on spending its budgets more effectively and stretching dollars as far as possible. That's not only has this been a goal, but also an outcome as part of the reason why small projects, especially at Walt Disney World, keep getting greenlit. Minnie and Minnie's house. Oh man. Imagineering used progressive seduction. According to the article, some Imagineers saw executives as an obstacle that needed to be overcome. Sometimes they use a process known internally as progressive seduction to get approval for projects at a small scale, then suggest one seemingly small improvement at a time until it was as big as it actually wanted to be, a person with knowledge of the matter said. This claim has been so contentious that legendary Imagineer Joe Rohde, who created Disney's Animal Kingdom, has weighed in. Here is Rohde's rebuttal. There's a paragraph in the Wall Street Journal article about Imagineering that is pretty much a fantasy. It mentions the concept of progressive seduction. This refers to the notion that a team presents a project with a reasonable budget, but fully intends to escalate the budget by adding scope and misrepresenting the true cost of its original scope. I saw this happen once in 40 years. Once. Decades ago, I was a very junior member of a team, and the producer attempted to grow the scope and budget by almost 30%. I was standing there in the meeting by the project mall where we were told to cut the entire third of the project mall off, truck everything it represented, and build what was left. I will not say whether that project went to completion, but I will say that it is psychotic to believe that person would keep their job after delivery, deceiving the key executives of a major company to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars, and strangely naive for a business journal to report it as if it could be true. I've been in charge of projects that have gone over budget, been on budget, and come in below budget. In all cases, the general progression is that a reduction in scope from the initial concept. Projects run over budget because of a combination of market forces, require changes in program after capitalization, the unpredictability of technical innovation. Because there's already a cultural predisposition to imagine ours as irresponsible, it is exceedingly unproductive for designers to behave as such, and the result is not some tricky triumph, but the complete loss of authority over the project. I would not want any young designer to think that progressive seduction was a legitimate form of design behavior recognized by anyone, nor would I want a young business manager to suspect that this was the case, because it will lead to unproductive relationships within a team structure. I have no idea who the interview source was for this information, but it is described in a rather journalistic, evasive way as a person with knowledge of the matter. I will contend that this is unlikely. Damn, Joe Rohde. Damn. He really went there and said this is a bunch of bullshit. Even before Rohde's response, that lie struck me as a caricature of the creative process that lead into tired tropes about executives and Imagineers, almost like weird fan. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay. Almost like weird fan fiction that Disney diehards would write on forums. So here is the world of Pandora for the West Coast there. This is California Adventure, rather. I can't say it better or with more credibility than really about what I will add, that this erroneously assumes that the engineering teams responsible for these pitches are ours exclusively, that they are putting their creative craft above all else and colluding to deceive management to the detriment of their own future career prospects. Like any conspiracy, it falls apart under any degree of scrutiny when you consider how many people would have to maintain a lie to make it work. People with families who need to put food on the table and probably can't afford to lose their jobs for the noble goal of over-delivering on a pet project to make fans happy. For whatever it's worth, the version of this story that I've heard is essentially the opposite of this, purposely including bloat in budgets and superfluous elements for the sake of having something to cut when the inevitable happens. While I don't believe this practice is widespread for the same reasons as identified above, it strikes me more as directionally accurate, knowing Disney's process in the project pipeline. Multiple Millennium Falcon's missions axed. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run in Star Wars Galaxy Edge was allegedly designed with 5 different missions, but only opened up one due to budget and time constraints. are skeptical of this one as presented, while I don't doubt for a second that there was an early pitch or blue sky proposal for Smuggler's Run to be more Star Tour style with multiple missions or scenarios. I don't believe for a second that there are 4 other missions sitting on a shelf somewhere in various states of completion. Imagineering would have had a reasonable idea of cost for creating each mission pretty early on in development. If there were concrete plans for multiple missions, a cut would have likely reduced that from 5 to 3, not 5 to 1. Moreover, we will have seen 1 or more dusted off in lieu of the upcoming Mandalorian and Baby Yoda mission. Disney knows that the gameplay of Smuggler's Run isn't a runaway hit. If other missions exist, they would have been used by now. Right here, Chapek focused on cost cutting, and he did. Bob Chapek will focus on keeping Imagineers on time and on budget. He believed WDI had been allowed to operate by the same discipline required for the rest of the company. This was supposedly an unwelcome culture shock for many engineers. Among other things, Chapek replaced co-heads of Imagineering Bruce Von Craig Russell with another veteran Imagineer, Bob Weiss, and brought in new people to manage costs. Senior financial executives were visiting WDI daily, sitting down to approve or disapprove budget items, even tiny ones line by line. Weiss wrote this in his memoir, Dream Chasing. The article shares that Shanghai Disneyland cost nearly $2 billion more than originally estimated and opened a year later than scheduled. The Pandora the World Avatar cost $1.2 billion compared with an original budget of $850 million. Later in the piece, Vaughn offers an indirect defense. We are very disciplined and we manage the budget and schedule, I think, excellently. He explained that the challenge is there's not a science to this. We don't ever build the same thing. So there is Bob Chapek in 2020 for Investor Day, and we all know 2020 was COVID. Chapek being a cost cut is hardly breaking news. It's such common knowledge that I almost dismissed this entire WSJ article as another Chapek smear piece, fun and accurate as those are. We've been down that path countless times. This time, the Chapek complaints seem more incidental. My guess is that the article's author heard a lot of ranting about Chapek when interviewing current and former Imagineers. There's no love lost there. If anything, one of the aims of the article, at least Imagineers' perspective, is to demonstrate that it is a more efficient and physically responsible organization and less mistake prone, that they are still dreaming big and pushing the envelope, but are also capable of restraint and deploying budgets effectively. Based on conversations I've had, I believe all of the things above to be true, but the jury is still out on whether this goal translates to real results. It's one thing to deliver Beacon Barrel or Test Track 3.0 on time and budget. It's another entirely to do the same thing with Piston Peak or Pandora 2. Imagineering is sincere in this goal, but I'll still believe it when I see it. I can't imagine it's easy with these complex projects, as if WDI in the past has mindlessly spent money and it's just now getting its head out of the clouds. There are valid reasons projects like this routinely go way over budget and have for years. So here it is here. Tomorrowland Reimagining rejected. According to the article, proposals by Imagineers to refurbish Disneyland's aging Tomorrowland was also turned down as executives calculated it wouldn't do enough to increase the attendance. So here's the thing, right? I believe that executives need to stay executives and creatives need to stay creatives. It's very rare that you have a creative executive that understands both sides like myself. I understand that without money, right, we can't do anything creative. Without any creative vision, right, without anything creative to bring in people, we can't make any money. So one doesn't work without the other. It's yin and yang. And a lot of people have been asking for a Tomorrowland reimagining. And so you would think that, wait a minute, okay, let's do our research with our marketing team. Let's ask fans what would they want in a Tomorrowland reimagining, campaign. I mean, if we could create a campaign of reimagine Tomorrowland, what would fans want? Disney can be more. They just decide to be shit. Okay. Back in November 2019, Disney announced a great big beautiful Tomorrowland interest coming to Disneyland. That interest has still not come to fruition. The concept art had become so faded that they recently replaced but did not remove it, despite persistent rumors. There have been no other announcements for Tomorrowland. This one passes the smell test for me. both that there have been pitches for Tomorrowland, probably several, given the crowd. Executives have rejected them because they wouldn't move the needle relative to costs and construction impacts. The sad reality is that Tomorrowland at Disneyland is insanely popular despite its big-time dead mall vibes. I've lost hope in a wholesale reimagining of Tomorrowland, but I feel like the recent singles and doubles projects underway in Tomorrowland Animation Courtyard Disney World could serve as a template, making it less embarrassing and worthy of the Disney brand Calvin project out of Disneyland. The real mistake here will be letting Tomorrowland further rot in plain sight for another decade. Imagineers want to build original attractions. Thank you. Good damn. Because that was the whole point of Disney World and Disneyland, is that there are rides you cannot see in movies, that you can't see in TV shows. You need to bring back Illuminations. That was the best show in the world. Why did y'all get rid of that shit? I don't know why. Now, I will say Karen Clark Shear and Kiara Shear, dig a little deeper. Is fire. Keep that as a track in the show. And y'all could have updated Illuminations. It didn't have to go away. It did not have to go away. That was literally the best part of Epcot to me. It's no secret that Disney CEO Bob Iger has an IP mandate for major theme park expansion to focus on key franchises, whether it's from the company's faults, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm. For evidence, see every domestic edition at Walt Disney World, Disneyland in the last decade, or Iger's own comments. It's also unsurprising is this quote from the article: "At every all hands meeting, I would be asked if we get to create new Imagineering original stories again," said Barbara Bouza, who was president of WDI from 2020 to 2024 and is now executive at architecture firm Can Design. By and large, Imagineers love Disney history and theme parks as their favorite attractions, and you're going to hear a lot of instances of Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, Big Thunder, and disproportionately other classics, maybe in few instances of Mystic Manor, Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, and other deep cuts from OG Epcot Serendipity Sea. The problem is that attractions and lands based on intellectual property are lower risk and higher reward. They're easier to market, they have colossal pre-existing audiences, easier for the merchandising machine, and they are very clearly what the general public wants. Many fans point to Mystic Point and Grizzly Gulch, Disney's last original lands, as success stories, but that's a misconception. It's been Toy Story Land and World of Frozen out the most popular at Hong Kong Disneyland. Duffy honestly might be the better example there. For more CR commentary, is anybody surprised that Disney's $60 billion park investments will almost be all intellectual property? Imagineers most excited for Villains Land. From the article, some Imagineers say what they're most excited about is Villains Land. An expansion of Orlando's Magic Kingdom is currently under construction, though it will feature characters from Snow White, Peter Pan, Aladdin. It's not based on a specific film. That makes it the closest thing to original land in Disney's U.S. parks in 25 years. Concepts for this type of land have floated around for decades. It's probably a dream come true for many Imagineers to work on Villains Land. It's a much more open-ended, has a lot of potential for creative freedom. It also presumably has a massive budget, so there's that. One thing I'd note here is that by the same logic, Star Wars Galaxy Edge is pretty close to original land. When that land launched, we referred to it as Space Morocco. I don't think we were the only ones who viewed it as more of a blank slate with Imagineers having a ton of autonomy. Now we view that a little less positively. See Star Wars Land needs to break the rules. Local level delegation. From the article, Vaughn has delegated power and resources to Imagineers who work at the company's resorts in Orlando and overseas, so they can handle more work themselves, from design models to fixing quality issues. He said the move was inspired by Imagineers in Shanghai, designing a utopia land largely on their own when their bosses in California couldn't travel during the pandemic. He's also including colleagues from park operations, marketing, and pricing earlier in planning, so they're aligned from the offset. While there's a lot of interesting tidbits in the Wall Street Journal piece, the last 2 points are what prompted this article. This delegation is absolutely happening. It may seem like a little thing, but I suspect this is going to be hugely fruitful in the long term. It arguably already has been for Walt Disney World in a lot of little ways. Delegating this authority is a smart move because it empowers the site level portfolio executives to get stuff done without the involvement of Glendale, among other things. It means that Imagineers who are actually in Orlando can develop a rapport with Walt Disney leadership. Fans have this inflated opinion that both Imagineers statute and authority, presuming that park leadership hold the creatives in the same high esteem as fans do, even if the article isn't accurate as to every individual point. It should disabuse us of this misconception. There's no mythologizing or adulterating Walt Disney Imagineering within TDO. I don't know what TDO is. I guess that's the executive office, I guess. Anyway, moving on. To the contrary, it's not hard to imagine a purely hypothetical scenario where animosity might exist, where the Walt Disney World team might grow weary of the hotshots from Glendale flying in with their expensive, operationally unrealistic proposals, projects that they won't even be around to deal with after the handoff happens, leaving future fallout and problems along with the cost of fixing them to the park themselves. This is to say nothing of culture clashes, ego, etc. of the California and Florida teams. I contrast that with an empowered local portfolio that lives in the community and has a vested interest in the local parks where they take their kids. This team focuses exclusively on Walt Disney World, understands the unique needs and circumstances of this operational environment, and is able to foster relationships with those leaders. There's probably still some conflict and unaligned incentives, but nevertheless a recipe to reduce friction and facilitate collaboration. I have no clue what's happening behind closed doors in Florida, but I do know that the types of singles and doubles projects that used to happen almost exclusively at Disneyland are now happening at Disney World with greater frequency. The type of projects that used to be rumored as pitched but shot down. While the big new lands and rides are fantastic, it's actually the small stuff that has my attention, as it suggests there's greater trust or something between Imagineering and Walt Disney World. There is Joe Rohde right there with Tom Staggs and James Cameron there. Yes, indeed. Mentorship is back. Another detail from the article is that Law has brought back retired Imagineers such as Craig Russell, the former chief design and project delivery executive as consultants to mentor younger staffers. This is something that's been hinted elsewhere with Joe Rohde's return, as well as that of other high-profile ex-Imagineers returning as consultants or to assist with projects. We've heard that there's a lot of this happening beyond the most prolific instances. We've also heard that one of the biggest impediments to gearing back up for big projects and multiple of them around the globe is that Imagineering didn't have enough people with the requisite experience, and that so much institutional knowledge has been lost, along with the people capable of helming those projects, that WDI needs to staff up and fast with a lot of on-the-job training. We repeatedly discussed this potential future problem since the park's closing furloughs began from November 2020. Most of the old guard with strong connections to Walt Disney's Imagineering's historic legacy are gone. Some of the new public faces, including those at high positions, don't have many projects on their resumes. To be sure, there are no doubt many highly talented individuals still working in Glendale and Imagineering other offices. It's also not the worst thing for fresh faces with new ideas and ways of doing things to be given a chance at innovating. As with Walt Disney World, it's a little disconcerting how much institutional knowledge Walt Disney Imagineering has lost in the last several months and even the last several years. It also doesn't exactly bode well for the development cycle and what's on the horizon in the decade to come. We already knew that not many new projects would be started at Walt Disney World Disneyland anytime soon, but the downsizing at Imagineering only further reinforces that. Similar sentiment was expressed in comments in the articles, including the stake forced relocation to Lake Leona. The negative ramifications of losing seasoned employees that's been evident at Walt Disney World and Disneyland over the last 6 years. The loss of institutional knowledge has resulted in perplexing decisions, from the use of non-durable materials and designs to maintenance woes. Of course, the lights that don't work. The mold in the lights, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just an Imagineering issue. It has resulted in maintenance and other woes as these teams were disseminated. Instead of the old timers who had honed their craft in the field over the course of decades, retiring in an orderly fashion, mentoring the younger generation on the job over time. Several years of retirements were accelerated to a multi-month window that was abrupt. On the furloughs and botched Lake Leona move, it can take years to rebuild certain departments, Imagineering included. There will be growing campaigns along the way. The upside is that a decade from now, there's going to be a generation of seasoned Imagineers who are still young, just entering the prime of their careers, with a ton of experience under their belts. If that time is properly cultivated, the 2040s, child, not the 2040s, my lord, and beyond could be like the run previous generations had, building Disneyland 66, Walt Disney World, and Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Tokyo Disneyland. Stop. That's everything that you need to know from that. I think that those are great insights from Disney Tourist Blog. And like I said, I want Disney to win. If you don't know by now how much I love Disney, I have done a Walt Disney World rebrand master plan 2 times. The first time, it was decent, but I needed to do a remix on that. Wait, man, am I frozen again? Good damn. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard today. Give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard today. Maybe I delete some of those. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Okay. Hey, 2 people, welcome in. So like I said, I've done a Walt Disney World rebrand master plan 2 times. The first time it was really good. The second time, I need to remix some things. I need to add some things. We did a whole composition of magic theme park rebrand for Disney's California Adventure. So I've given my thoughts on Disney, and I want Disney to win. I think Disney has gone away from what it does best, is being themselves, and they're trying to modernize and keep up with competition when they were the standard. Just keeping it a buck. Like I said, I'm available for hire at Disney. I am, but you're also going to have to let me be me. And I think that's the problem. Disney has gotten so comfortable with intellectual property that they don't know how to be creative anymore. But I tell y'all, AI should be a resource, not the source, right? So there is that. Yes, indeed, there. Then finally, we got one more story for you guys here from the New York Post, and then we will move on here. So, right here, oh, come on now, Disneyland's tomorrow revamp shut down by top class. Disney's Tomorrowland will stay stuck in the past. A planned revamp of the longtime Disneyland attraction has been abandoned after executives determined that the upgrade wouldn't do much to bring in more crowds. The Wall Street Journal reported. Right here, the first Tomorrowland update in 1967 brought in the Carousel of Progress adventure through inner space and the People Mover, while the second in 1998 added Honey, I Shrunk the Audience and innovations and the short-lived Rocket Rides. Fans that look forward to the new Tomorrowland, which was supposed to be finished in 2020. But Disney leaders decided that a third major overhaul for one of the theme park's oldest areas wouldn't do enough to increase attendance to justify the cost, despite some within the company pushing for the update, according to the Journal. So there was a movie called Tomorrowland with George Clooney. It is an excellent movie. I don't think that people really gave Tomorrowland the time of day it needed. Let me tell you something. Tomorrowland and that movie looked better than Disneyland's Tomorrowland today. And what of it? The decision shows how financial concerns now shape creative work at Walt Disney Imagineering, which designs Disney theme park attractions and other experiences. Instead, the company is investing in projects it believes will drive growth, such as expanding popular franchises, launching new cruise ships, and developing global theme park adventures to the tune of over $60 billion. The company has turned its attention to expand and upgrade all 6 of its global resorts. This includes new Marvel attractions in Anaheim, a ride based on Encanto in Orlando, and a Lion King land in Paris. The company is also designing a new park in Abu Dhabi and growing its cruise fleet from 7 to 13 ships. This is by far the most ambitious period in Imagineering's history. Walt Disney Imagineering President Bruce Vaughan told the Journal, "We're going to ramp up and reignite Imagineering culturally. We got a tremendous amount of investment coming through." So that's everything you need to know about Disney. And with that, we're going to watch this, and then we'll be back after this with Delta Airlines. Here we go.
There's really no secret about our approach.
we keep moving forward.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Miral's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
So as you can see how much energy that they put into that video when Josh D'Amaro said that Abu Dhabi is going to be our most technologically advanced park. No, that should be Walt Disney World and then everywhere else, okay? Without Walt Disney doing what he did in Disneyland, there wouldn't be a Walt Disney World. There wouldn't be all these others. And also, too, on top of that, Josh D'Amaro said, I wish there was a way we can virtually do something that could impact the real world. It's just like, what was Virtual Magic Kingdom? Y'all, I say Disney's allergic to creativity for a damn reason. Don't at me, okay? Now, with all that being said, let's talk about Delta Airlines, okay? Because they got some big stuff coming up as well, okay? Here we go. From the points guide, Delta drops latest signal that basic, first, and business class fares could be coming soon. I know what you're thinking. Wait, basic first class? I know. And basic business class? Let's get into it. Ready or not, basic first and business class tickets appear to be on the way at Delta Airlines sooner rather than later. For many months, the Atlanta-based carrier has dropped breadcrumbs about bringing an adaptive version of its basic economy concept to a myriad of premium seats. That could convincingly mean that booking a $1,500 first class seat, but not getting to actually select your seat, or perhaps earning fewer sky miles on your flight. So far, Delta hasn't shared exact details of plans, but it appears to be on the cusp of making basic a staple of every cabin. Basic, classic, and extra. Delta executives on Tuesday dropped their latest hints that these new stripped-down fares are indeed coming to the airline's high-end cabins. The idea is similar to basic economy. You'll save some money by booking a basic fare and face some added restrictions in exchange. How Delta fares work today. Today, Delta already offers at least two options for virtually all of the seats it sells, regardless of whether you're flying in coach or in first class. A classic or standard version of its fares and the extra version of the fare that costs more but comes with some added perks. So here is this here. So Delta One Classic, that is their top tier first class seating. So Delta One Classic, cancel for full E-credit, earn miles same day, confirm changes for a fee. Exclusive access to the Delta One Lounge at JFK, LAX, Seattle, and Boston. Changes allowed. And then Delta One Extra, fully refundable, earn even more miles same day, confirm changes, exclusive access to the lounge, to the Delta One Lounge at JFK, LAX, Seattle, and Boston. Changes allowed. Delta also offers a basic economy option in coach, which it now calls main basic. That fare carries tight restrictions in exchange for discounts such as 0 sky miles, no seat selection, and no access to its sky clubs, even for members. So even if you are a member, you do not get access if you book this, which to me, I think that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? If I am a Sky Club member, okay, and I book a basic ticket, I should be able to go in that motherfucker, okay? That's just keeping it a buck. So here is everything here. So main basic, cancel for partial E-cred, changes allowed for a fee. Board in Zone 8, limited overhead bin space, ineligible to earn miles, ineligible for upgrades. Seat or seats assigned after check-in, cannot change seat. Main classic, cancel for full E-credit, changes allowed. Board in Zone 6 or 7, earn miles, eligible for upgrades with medallion style, select seat or seats at a time. And then main extra, fully refundable. Changes allowed. Board in Zone 5, earn even more miles, higher priority for upgrades with medallion stats, select seat or seats at any time. Basic concepts starting to expand. Now the airlines prepping to layer in basic options for its higher end seats too. I think we've talked about really having 3 categories for every product, which is basic, classic, and extra, and that continues to evolve. The airline's president Glenn Houston said Tuesday on the company's earnings call. In fact, we're already starting to see this plan in action. Comfort Basic is here. As the Points Guy reported late last fall, Delta in November started selling basic versions of its extra legroom comfort seats. Today on some flights, the carrier sells a Comfort Basic fare that still gets you extra space. However, you earn fewer sky miles with this option, and you can't pick your seat ahead of time. You also have to pay a fee if you need to cancel your trip when you book one of these fares. So this is the Delta Comfort Plus right here. So you see you got the pillow there, you got a kit there. So, you know, it's in the middle. It's in the middle. Delta Executive Vice President Joe Esposito told analysts Tuesday that the slimmed down Comfort Basic offering has been so far successful from the airline's perspective. We've been incredibly thoughtful about not going too fast, making sure that we are measured in that approach, Esposito said. We're still testing Comfort Basic for now, and we're going to expand that for the rest of this year. Basic First, Premium Economy, and Delta One still likely to come in the not too distant future. Expect to see variations of this basic concept offer more in Delta's high-end cabins too, whether you're booking a long haul, lie flat Delta One seat, which this is the Delta One seat here. So that last flat you can like literally lay out there. So never been on first class flight. I've always been in coach. So listen, yes, indeed. A domestic first class ticket or a Delta Premium Select Premium Economy fare. Austin called expand the carrier's menu of fare options one of Delta's 2026 initiatives. Bottom line, Delta has framed these changes as a way to offer customers more choice. Instead of a $500 ticket for a fare, picture $450 fare, but with higher seat selection and refundability rules. Austin Post, the airline, has also said it's eyeing new innovative offerings it could someday add to its tickets, presumably as a way to draw more contrast between the different fares it sells. There's more we can offer the customer based on what they're willing to pay, Esposito said. At the time, more skeptical consumers may bristle at the thought of add-on fees or tighter rules on fares, in some cases that cost them tens of thousands of dollars. So that's everything you need to know about Delta Airlines. I am sure they will get all that worked out. Would it be nice to, do a basic first class seat? Sure, but also too, if I'm a person that's really worked hard for it, like, wait a minute, how come they get basic first class and I gotta pay more? So, But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. As long as everybody's making some money, then I guess that's what it is, right? So there it is there. All right, y'all. More Brainley's Virtual Core Live coming up right from the space right here and right now. Shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25 years. Megan Thee Stallion opens Popeyes, celebrates Popeyes opening in Miami. Rapper transforms first Popeyes into a personal and community-focused space. Megan Thee Stallion has added franchise owner to her growing list of accomplishments. The Grammy-winning rapper officially opened her first Popeyes restaurant on Tuesday, creating a location that blends her personal brand with the chain signature Louisiana flavors. Located at 1427 Washington Avenue in the heart of Miami Beach, the restaurant sits amid a bustling mix of tourists, locals, and beachgoers. The site offers accessible, affordable food while reflecting Megan's distinctive style and influence. So here is that video there.
Okay, right now, a new fast food location in our area. If you head inside, you might run into a superstar Grammy Award winner.
Holds up now, Meg Thee Stallion. She opened up her first ever Popeyes in Miami Beach on Washington Avenue. Me and our producer, Jaden, she was there for the ribbon cutting. This is where I got to try the rapper's exclusive combo meal delivered to me by the hot girl herself.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion's first ever Popeyes is now open for business. And
by the way, I want you to see this, right? Hang on. Wait, go back. I want y'all to see this right here. There's a Denny's right next door, okay? Get you some pancakes and some fried chicken and sit your ass on the beach and have you a mimosa, okay? And they also got a Wake and Bakery right next door so you can get to that high altitude, okay?
for Popeyes is now open for business and is right in our backyard. I'm your first client. Yes. The Grammy Award winner officially becoming a franchise owner with a ribbon cutting. It's located on Washington Avenue on South Beach. How does it feel to be in Miami? Oh, baby, you know I live in Miami. I love it here. This is my new hood. Okay. And inside, it's not like your typical Popeyes. The interior is very Megan meets Miami, with the rapper's name in bright lights right next to the brand. Even the employees are decked out in Hottie certified uniforms. And the building isn't the only thing that Megan is bringing to the table. The rapper also unveiling the Megan Meal, a new and exclusive combo deal.
It's always important to invest in yourself, be true to yourself, and only do endeavors that feel real to you, so you can really honestly be invested more than money-wise, invested in your heart.
That's what's up.
All right, let me just tell you, the Stallion is a stallion. Just gonna say that. Just gonna say, I was like, "Oh, girl, you're so pretty." But I also was the first and only person who got the Megan Meal.
Is that right?
Delivered by Megan.
To no surprise.
To no surprise.
I'm sure it tastes fantastic.
And we're basically sisters. Did
I was
know
going to say, I knew the connection grew stronger and stronger as yesterday went on.
Yeah, because.
Let me tell you something. Shout out to this brother right here. Let me tell you something. This brother's like, you know what? Y'all are not really sisters, but since this is your moment, I'm going to help you in your moment.
She's from Houston and Beyonce's from Houston. So it's like, okay, I'm from Houston.
Okay, all right. So
you get it?
Your degrees of separation connection. Got it, okay. All right.
And now we're related somehow.
But I love to see celebs investing in franchising and creating these new revenue streams. It's a good way to go.
And what was interesting is she's so confident on stage, but she was a little nervous because she's like, this is a business venture for me and I'm stepping a little bit outside of my comfort zone here. And it was amazing to see.
Everybody's got space to learn and grow, hit that next level.
I love how they covered that. Well done to both of y'all for sure. A personal touch. This Popeyes is more than a celebrity bat location. Megan helped design the space and oversaw small details throughout the restaurant. The space features murals, LED signage, and other visual elements that give the restaurant a unique character. Employees wear uniforms inspired by our hot girl brand. Bring back that merchandise, okay? Because I didn't get a chance to get it. I would like some. Also, too, can you bring back the hottie sauce as a thing? Maybe there's hottie sauce at that location. I'm just asking. Ensuring the space feels intentional and personal rather than purely corporate. exclusive menu. The Miami Beach location introduces a menu created exclusively by Megan Mill. I like that. Inclusive chicken sandwich, free tenders, 6 bone-in wings, red beans and rice, and mac and cheese available only at this location. Megan's involvement in menu development shows a hands-on approach, extending beyond a typical celebrity endorsement to a tangible fan experience. And y'all knew how she threw down for Thanksgiving. So imagine Megan exclusive menu items at that location that she'll go in the kitchen, make something up, and then make it at her location. That could be. Do you see where I'm going here? Community and philanthropy. Megan has emphasized that her Popeyes is not just a business venture. She intends for the restaurant to be a space rooted in quality and community. The location will support local philanthropic efforts, reflecting her ongoing commitment to give back in meaningful ways. Fans have followed the restaurant's journey for months. In spring of 2025, Megan shared footage of the space during construction. We did talk about that here on Brandy's Virtual Tour Live, showing her vision for the finished location. Later, she posted clips interacting with staff, offering a glimpse behind the scenes ahead of the grand opening. We also talked about that as well here on Brandy's Virtual Tour Live. Partnership turned ownership. Megan's connection with Popeyes began in 2021 and has evolved into full ownership. Her involvement went beyond standard celebrity partnerships, including menu creation, fashion collaborations, and philanthropic initiatives. With the opening of this Miami Beach location, her partnership has moved from concept to reality, representing a new chapter in her expanded business portfolio. The option highlights a growing trend of artists leveraging influence to create ventures that reflect their identity while supporting their communities. By blending her personal brand with a well-known franchise, Megan provides fans and customers with a unique experience that combines culture, cuisine, and community engagement. The Miami Beach restaurant is a milestone for Megan Thee Stallion, demonstrating that her business pursuits are as deliberate and creative as her music. From the murals and signage to the exclusive moving locations and philanthropic goals, every element of the location reinforces her vision. As Megan continues to expand her entrepreneurial ventures, as Popeyes represents both a business achievement and a cultural statement, it transforms a familiar fast food brand into a space that embodies the energy identity of the hot girl lifestyle while offering accessible dining to a wide audience. And I think of Rick Ross and Wingstop all the time. So I hope that what Rick Ross and Wingstop has done is what Megan's going to do with Popeye. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. We got to go from greatness to tragicness with Stephen A. Smith. I know. I don't want to do it either. But damn it, you got to know about this shit, okay? Stephen A. Smith says he's dead serious about running for president in 2028. We don't want you. We don't want the dumb fuck now that's in the office, but hell. Here we go, y'all. Nationwide sports analyst Stephen A. Smith says he's seriously thinking about running for president in 2028, knowing that other people have encouraged him to consider it. Name some names. Name some names. Name some motherfucking names, please, okay? He has also expressed the excitement at the idea of debating the political establishment on the campaign stage. Smith, known for his long career at ESPN and outspoken political commentary, that's an eye of the beholder, but moving on, told ABC News Live Prime with Lindsay Davis that while he enjoys his current work, he has no desire to be a politician. He feels a responsibility. There's the opportunity with tremendous power comes tremendous responsibility, he said, according to the Rio. He explained that many people have approached him, telling him he could have a real chance to win. Even his pastor urged him not to dismiss the idea. We need to talk to your pastor and figure out why he said this out of his mouth. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Smith know that any official campaign filing will not happen, would happen rather no earlier than 2027, leaving him time to weigh the decision carefully. If he does run, Smith says he looks forward to debating politicians and holding them accountable for what he sees as mistakes harming the country. I'm dead serious about wanting to go up against those politicians, not be a politician, but wanting to go up against them and debate them. Wanting to go up against them on debate stage to call what they've done to our country to harm us. He said it would be my pleasure. During the interview, Smith addressed past critiques of some black women in politics, including U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett. We would rather have Governor Wes Moore as president and Jasmine Crockett as vice president, and then me being the press secretary, and Stephen A. Smith being president. Okay. While apologizing for any offense, he maintains his comments focused on actions he felt did not serve constituents. He also responded to critics like Joy Reid, emphasizing that public commentary needs to be measured to have a lasting impact. Smith concluded that he's carefully considering the possibility, watching how things unfold, saying he doesn't rule anything out. Rule it out, motherfucker. Rule it out. Like I said, we need a law on the record that you need 5 to 7 years of governmental experience that has been your only job. We need 5 to 7 references. We need 5 to 7 cover letters. Okay? We need hearings. These hearings are going to be the job interview, and we get to ask questions. That needs to be on the books, damn it. Because we tired of celebrity presidents. Shit. Should never happen. Good damn. With that being said, by the way, everybody, speaking of black people, it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday yesterday. He would have been, I believe, 97 years old. So shout out to him, and shout out to everybody that has done so much for us to be where we are today. I'm sorry that, the world is not where it needs to be, but hey, it was broken when we were slaves, and it's still broken now. Okay? Progress has been made, but it's not where it needs to be, child. But let's roll on for my good friends at Black PR Wire here. This came out today, everybody. National Museum of African American History and Culture to open exhibition featuring collections from 5 HBCUs at the Vanguard, Making and Saving History at HBCUs opens today, January 16th, 2026. The Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture, NMAAHC, will launch a powerful new exhibition celebrating the legacy of historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, at the Vanguard, Making and Saving History at HBCUs opens January 16th, 2026, and spotlights the groundbreaking collections from 5 HBCU museums and archives, bringing lesser-known stories to the National Mall before embarking on a national tour. For more information, visit maahc.si.edu/Vanguard. We're going to visit that website here in just a little bit. This exhibition honors the legacy of HBCUs as a cultural educational powerhouses, says Shania Brackett, acting director of NMAAHC. Through these collections from our partner institutions, we see the breadth of Black intellectual excellence, activism, and artistic achievement, reinforcing the vital role HBCUs play in shaping American history. More than a century, HBCUs have been at the forefront of documenting and preserving African American history, often filling gaps left by other institutions. Nearly 2/3 of HBCUs house museums, art galleries, and archives. This traveling exhibition draws from 5 institutions, highlighting their deep collections and roles in cultivating future artists, museum professionals, and scholars. At the Vanguard represents a remarkable selection of artifacts, artwork, historical documents, and multimedia from Clark Atlanta University, Florida A&M University, Jackson State University, Texas Southern University, and Tuskegee University, 5 HBCUs with distinguished archives and museum collections. Historical materials include first editions of acclaimed Ryan Margaret Walker's novel Jubilee and poetry collection For My People, and examples of Tuskegee Institute pottery, which showcase student craftsmanship in the decorative arts. A rare highlight includes early scientific journals from Tuskegee researchers, a nod to the institution's legacy in agricultural and medical sciences. Archival photographs by HBCU trained and or staff photographers include Doris Derby, Chester Higgins, Orly Honal Paul Jr., H.P. Pollock, documents student activism, campus life, and African-American cultural movements. The exhibition also features a selection of artwork collected by HBCUs, including works from John Biggers, Elizabeth Callett, Robert Pruitt, and Renee Stout. One of the few known color videos of George Washington Carver. Oh, wow. Wow. The scientific ingenuity at Tuskegee revolutionized agricultural practices will also be on display. HBCU's records of achievement, resilience, and creativity represent defining moments in American history. As stewards of culture, innovation, and museums and archives ensure that future generations can access these invaluable stories. At the Vanguard's collaboration between the National Museum of African American History and Culture and the Smithsonian Institution Travel and Exhibition Service. It is a part of the museum's HBCU History and Cultural Access Consortium initiative, which was made possible in part by the National Endowment for the Humanities and a bequest from Dr. Beryl Carter Price. This exhibition was made possible through the support of the following: CBRE, Google Arts and Culture, Johnson & Johnson, NMAAHC Corporate Leadership Council, NMAAHC members, and Southern Company Foundation. The exhibition will travel to at least 5 locations across the country through 2029. For more information, visit the sites here. And then, of course, here about the National Museum of African American History and Culture since opening September 24th, 2016. So, oh my God. It's the 10-year anniversary, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 11 years this has been open. Can you imagine that? Oh, Lord. The National Museum of African American History and Culture has welcomed 13 million in-person visitors and millions more through its digital presence, occupying a prominent location next to the Washington Monument on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. The nearly 400,000 square foot museum is the nation's largest and most comprehensive cultural destination devoted exclusively to exploring, documenting, and showcasing the African American story and its impact on American and world history. The museum has also launched and is continually expanding its reach with the searchable museum portal and other efforts to bring African American history into the world's hands and homes. For more information about the museum, visit nmaahc.si.edu. Follow NMAAHC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, or call Smithsonian information at 202-633-1000. That's 202-633-1000. That's 202-633-1000. About Smithsonian Institution Traveling Exhibition Service. Smithsonian Institution Traveling Exhibition Service, or SITES, deepens the impact of the Smithsonian beyond Washington, D.C. by bringing its high-quality content, resources, and expertise to people nationwide. Collaboration with museums and cultural organizations. SITES connects Americans to their shared cultural heritage through a wide range of exhibitions about art, science, and history, which are shown wherever people live, work, and play. Visit SITES for more information. So congratulations on that. And here is the here's the exhibitions here. The Vanguard. So currently on view right here at the National Museum of African American History and Culture, Washington District, Columbia, through January 16th, 2026 to July 19th, 2026. Appearing next at Clark Atlanta University Art Museum, Atlanta, Georgia, from September 19th, 2026 to December 13th, 2026. So here is all the places that they'll be going to. So like I said, Clark Atlanta, September 19th, 2026 to December 13th, 2026. Then in 2027, January 9th, 2027 to April 4th, 2027. That will be in Houston, Texas at the University Museum of Texas Southern University. Jackson, Mississippi Department of Archives and History. That will be April 24th through July 18th, 2027. Then Tuskegee University Legacy Museum in Tuskegee, Alabama, March 4th, 2028 to May 28th, 2028. And then September 30th, 2028 to January 7th of 2029. So this is the tour schedule of if you want to see that amazing exhibition, that's where they're going to be. And here it is here. This is at the Vanguard. So here we go.
HBCU History and Culture Access Consortium. HCAC is a 5-year pilot initiative led by the National Museum of African American History and Culture, Office of Strategic Partnerships. In collaboration with a select group of historically Black colleges and universities, HCAC strengthens HBCU museums and archives, fortifying their distinct role in American history. This carefully crafted initiative is rooted in authentic partnership, community building, and mentoring the next generation of cultural professionals. Through internships, digitization, executive leadership development, traveling exhibitions, and open access archives, HCAC ensures that these stories are not only preserved, but shared with the world. At the heart of the HCAC is the traveling exhibition, At the Vanguard, Making and Saving History at HBCUs, 5 schools, 5 stories, 1 purpose. Clark Atlanta University, where social justice meets scholarship. Jackson State University, a pulse of culture and community. Florida A&M University, where excellence is expected and achieved. Texas Southern University, visionaries and change agents in motion. And Tuskegee University, where innovation, diversity, and social justice lives. Each institution, a chapter. Each story, a thread in the fabric of Black excellence. Together, an unshakable pursuit to preserve, to educate, to elevate. At the Vanguard offers an intimate view of the work behind preservation, from fragile photographs and fading blueprints to digitizing archives and emerging curatorial voices. This is cultural stewardship in action. Every object recovered, every name remembered, every story restored. At the Vanguard, Making and Saving History at HBCUs is more than an exhibition. It is a declaration about a celebration of memory, a future reclaimed. 5 schools, 5 stories, 1 purpose.
That is absolutely. And that's the bell on the yard, by the way, everybody. Yes, indeed. So if you want to find this, this will be Concourse Level C, Bank of America Special Exhibitions Gallery from January 16th to July 19th, 2026. The curators are Joanne Hippolyte, Tula Saludin, and Janelle Hope. So those are the curators. Shout out to those curators there. Yes, indeed. There. Sorry, y'all. And so here are the mourners from Clark Atlanta University. Then you have Vegetable Gardening Extension Program brochure, Florida A&M University. We've come a long way since paper, okay? White Shell Notebook Journal of Margaret Walker at Jackson State University. Then you have Ceramic Bar with Glaze by Carol Harris Sims, Texas Southern University, and then Student Made Bricks from Tuskegee University. So this is the exhibition. Y'all, please go and visit. I would love to go and visit myself personally someday soon while we still have it. But in the meantime, between time, I can at least promote it. So there you go. There. If you need that link to this site right here, it is in my description box. All right, there you go. There, okay. Also to the press release that will get you to this tour schedule is also there as well. All right. Finally, everybody, from CNN.com, Minnesota, Illinois invoked the 10th Amendment in lawsuits to block federal agents in their cities. Here's why that matters. Let's get into it. Officials in Minnesota, Illinois, filed lawsuits within hours of each other Monday, seeking to curb the 47 administration's ongoing immigration crackdown in their states. Although the lawsuits are separate and nuanced, both states cited the 10th Amendment to back their claim that the search of immigration, customs enforcement, and border patrol agents, which has stoked nationwide protests as well as violence and fear in their cities, is tantamount to federal overreach and violation of their state sovereignty. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison said his office believes the surge of federal agents is a violation of the 10th Amendment, which establishes the division of powers between the state and federal government. The Constitution gives Minnesota the sovereign authority to protect the health and well-being of every single person who lives in our borders, Ellison said at Monday news conference announcing the lawsuit. We're going to defend those rights because as much as they like to believe it, the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, is not above the law. The people of Minnesota are certainly not beneath it. Come on through. Absolutely. Illinois Governor J.B. Pricker went a step further in his remarks about his state's lawsuit, claiming Illinois will hold President 47 and his administration accountable for their unlawful acts, unnecessary escalations, and flagrant abuses of power. 47's administration has said the Constitution gives the federal government broad authority to enforce national immigration laws as the government sees fit. In a lengthy statement posted to Truth Social Tuesday, 47 defended ICE tactics declared, "Fear not, the great great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming. Constitutional law experts told CNN that pair of lawsuits have essentially pitted the state's rights to self-govern and protect their citizens against the federal government's ability to enforce immigration policy within the nation's borders. It opens the door for a new interpretation of an amendment central to the Bill of Rights, experts say. The dividing line between state and federal government. Michelle Goodwin, professor of constitutional law at Georgetown University, said, understand the significance of Illinois and Minnesota's lawsuits begins with understanding the importance of the Bill of Rights and the 10th Amendment. The Bill of Rights was intended to protect these new Americans, these people who have fled the worst of political oversteps in the United Kingdom, she said. It was intended to protect individuals against overreach, against abuses of power by the government. By the way, the fourth branch of government is media, to protect the legislative, executive, and the judicial branches of government. Look up your damn history, everybody. The First Amendment establishes fundamental freedoms of speech, press, religion, peaceful assembly. It also protects the right to petition the government, formally ask the government to make changes without fear of punishment, prevents Congress from making laws that trample on these rights. Sequential amendments, Goodwin said, build on these protections to further emulate the rights of citizens and protect against government overreach. But the 10th Amendment is unique, according to Goodwin, because it establishes the division of power between the state and federal government, which is also known as federalism. The 10th Amendment states the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. To understand this, Goodwin said, it helps to remember. It helps to remember that at the time the Bill of Rights was written, many states in many ways were like independent countries that considered to be ruled under a federal system. In essence, Goodwin said the 10th Amendment established that states retain sovereign power to make local laws and govern within their boards, and the federal government could not impose its will over a state unless that authority has been granted by Congress or the Constitution. This enables states to create, control, and regulate everything from state education systems and their local police force to election regulations and zoning laws, Goodwin said. But now, more than 230 years after the 10th Amendment was ratified, both Minnesota and Illinois are alleged in the federal surge of ICE and Border Patrol agents is preventing state and local officials from effectively governing and ensuring the safety of their residents. A novel approach to a centuries-old law. Craig Furterman, a clinical law professor at the University of Chicago, said while there is no doubt that the federal government has the right to enforce immigration laws, it remains to be seen whether the courts will accept Illinois and Minnesota's interpretation of the 10th Amendment. What the state's theories are, both in Minnesota and Illinois, is that the federal government is using immigration laws as a ruse to target Democrat-led states and cities to retaliate against them and interfere with their local policies, to interfere with their sovereignty, he said. There was a clip of Brian Tyler Cohen speaking to a congressman, and that congressman said that 47 is holding back $9 billion, he's holding back money for child care to 9 blue states, okay? He's holding back money for child care. He hates children. That's where we are. And he also said, fuck you, and flipped off a Ford worker for saying that the president was a PDF protector. By the way, he was suspended, and now there's a GoFundMe, and he's got over $800,000. Well-fully deserving for your fucked up piece of shit company for doing that shit. If it wasn't true about the president should not have reacted. He says he's the greatest of all time, right? He can dish it, but yeah, he can't take it. But yeah, he's the healthiest president of all time, where blood can't flow to his heart and his leg can be amputated at any time. Get the fuck out of my face. Good damn. All the shit that he has said about this, that, and the third, but yeah, he can't take it. Okay. All right. Okay. This is the same dumb fuck that made an insurrection on January 6th and almost unalived his vice president and the people he supposedly cares about in government that allows him to run amok. Child, Mary 47, I don't know why you didn't swallow your son, because he should have been swallowed. Okay? Just like all the supporters that support him and his administration, they all should have been swallowed as one-night stand. Moving on. In its lawsuit, Minnesota argues the administration's aggressive and militarized surge interferes with the ability of state and local law enforcement to address crime and protect residents' health, welfare, and safety. Illinois officials also alleged that the DHS insertion into the state and their unlawful violent tactics have disrupted the lives and undermined the liberties and property rights of the people, injuring Illinois and Chicago sovereign and proprietary interests. Chicago, as well as Minneapolis and St. Paul, are also plaintiffs in the lawsuit against the 47 administration. In their lawsuits, the cities and states have argued that in addition to infringing on their sovereignty established in the 10th Amendment, the 47 administration's actions are punitive and designed to coerce state and local officials into adopting the administration's policies. Most states are asking, in essence, for the courts to block ICE from enforcing some immigration law based on the 10th Amendment. Legal experts, it's a novel approach to a centuries-old law. Doesn't necessarily mean that what is being argued, something that will be recognized by federal or the Supreme Court. Goodwin said, some of what we see taking shape is what one might call cases of first impression, she added, which means we have not seen this before. So this is the first time the court is having to deal with this. Before the civil rights movement firm said southern states would vote the 10th Amendment to argue that they had the sovereign right to maintain segregation within their borders. But Goodwin noted the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 granted the federal government the authority to pursue and enforce equality for all people under the law, effectively override state sovereignty over the issue of segregation. Both Furterman and Goodwin agree with the Minnesota and Illinois lawsuits present a unique approach to common applications of the 10th Amendment. It feels like the politics are being flipped. Traditional states' rights arguments have been launched often as a defense to federal attempts to enforce civil rights laws to ensure equal protection for all people under the law, Furterman said. And here states are saying, hey, what's going on is the opposite. It's the federal government that's actually targeting states for protecting vulnerable populations. These kind of cases and lawsuits don't emerge every day. Well, they don't emerge every day because we didn't have a dumb fuck of a president. Like, cut the bullshit. We gotta just say the quiet part out loud. My Lord, just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Jesus. Anyway, so that is our show. What a jam-packed show. Y'all know we always give y'all a positive news story here, so give me a moment. My Lord Jesus. What a Lord, what a Lord, what a Lord, what a thing going on. So first of all, I wanted to showcase this to y'all real quick here. So just saw this here. Ooh, we got a lot of popular news stories today. This is good stuff. I'm very happy about what I'm about to show y'all. Very happy for what I'm about to show y'all here. Here we go. All right, so here we go. So check this out here. The real flex is that my life is truly amazing. Toni Braxton is a legend and my bestie sister. So I am glad that they are good in the neighborhood. So yay to that. That is very, very good. This one here, Kanye West used brand collapses after feds reject over 20 trademark filings. Very good. Very good. Very, very, very motherfucking good. Very good. Very good. Very good. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has officially abandoned multiple trademark applications tied to the rapper, including more than 20 filings for the name Views, according to Radar Online. This is the same dude that said anti-Semitic things and thought he was going to get to have a career. The applications covered a wide range of categories from clothing, jewelry to food, beverages, and household goods. Many of the files reportedly expired after used trademark firm Onyx Prime failed to show proof how the marks would be used within the required time frame. Records indicate that none of Onyx Prime's applications have been approved in the past 5 years, with other abandoned filings linked to games like Yeezus, Yeezy Sound, and Donda. The news came just months after Kanye, Kanye. I'm not recognizing that name. Now, I only recognize these here because it relates to the patents, okay? So just know that. But you see that even the Jasmine brand don't respect his name because his name is Kanye West. So right here, this news arrives just months after Kanye met with Rabbi Yoshiyatu Yosef Pinto, where he expressed regrets over past anti-Semitic remarks. Kanye came with humility to seek forgiveness and a new chapter of repentance and love among human beings. Posted on Rabbi Pinto's Instagram stated the meeting concluded with a shared hope for a future of respect and unity among nations and faiths grounded to a commitment to truth and peace. Despite trademark setbacks, Kanye is preparing to release his upcoming album fully on January 3rd, which has already racked up roughly 500,000 pre-sales on Spotify. Child. Like I said, good job, U.S. Patent Office. Good fucking job. And then here's this dumb fuck. 47 cents late night fundraising email saying he's alone and in the dark. Hello, I'm alone in the dark. No one likes me. My family, my supporters, my administration. You know, I've been thinking for a while that maybe I should never ran. Oh my God, what a concept! We didn't want you to run either. President 47. This came out 13 minutes ago, y'all. President 47 raised eyebrows after sending a unusually dramatic fundraising email. So to supporters just after midnight on Tuesday, January 13th, with the subject line, "I'm alone and in the dark." Screenshots of the message later shared by political commentator Harry Sisson quickly gained traction online, racking up more than 1.4 million views on Twitter. In the email, 4779 describes himself sitting alone in a war room for dying laptop. I have the best of the best, including this dying laptop. Okay. Get serious, Braylon, damn it. In the email, 4779 described himself sitting alone in a war room for dying laptop as a countdown clock ticked toward what he called his first mid-month fundraising deadline of the year. I'm sitting here alone in the war room fighting for you, as he is using ICE to get rid of you. My Lord Jesus. He wrote, warning that failure to meet the goal could allow the radical left to flip the House and Senate 2026. Let's fucking flip it then. 47 went on to claim the Democrats will open borders forever, confiscate PALs, brainwash children. This is coming from the person who's holding back funding for child care for 9 blue states. And now he wants to talk about brainwashing children. Okay. If his fundraising effort fell short, adding he could even face another fake impeachment. Also, he recognized the fact that he got impeached. Oh my Lord, but it was fake. Even though there is a video that we played here before for you all from MSNBC saying of him saying, after I lost the election, out of his mouth, he admitted that he lost the election. He also alleged Democrats are spending billions to undermine the country, calling supporters to what he described as a small sacrifice. The email urged recipients to donate $47 over 30 minutes. I thought you had it like that. I thought you had all these doors. What happened to that one woman that wanted you to run again? You couldn't go to her? Call now for the next 30 minutes and we'll throw in this. Hi, Billy Mays here, bro. Wait, there's more. Looking ass. The email urged recipients to donate $47 within 30 minutes to receive a limited edition 2026 47 calendar. I can only imagine what's on that calendar, child. Lord Jesus. Though 47 insisted the gift was insignificant compared to what he warned was at stake. A large blue button below the message read, "This is it, no second chances." You used a blue button? Wow, I thought you were a Republican. Moving on. 47 concluded the email by saying he feared the end is near. No, that will be 2028 when your ass is out of office, you dumb fuck. Claiming that the woke mind virus, no, it's called being aware, was spreading and urging supporters to act quickly to show that MAGA is strong. The fact that you have to say it's strong really just means it's weak as fuck. The message landed just one day before 47 told Reuters that the U.S. should consider calling off midterm elections. So wait a minute. So you want to call off elections because you know you done fucked up, right? But the election allowed you to win as president. How much sense does that make? Oh my Lord! Suggesting the country shouldn't even have an election following what he described as a successful first year of his second term. Said no one ever. The following day, the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt attempted to walk back the remarks, saying 47 was speaking fictitiously. When has he ever spoken fictitiously? Still, the comments filed 47's repeated public references to a third term, despite constitutional limits and the recent appearance of 47 2028 hats in the White House gift shop. So the gift shop has hats with his name in 2028. Y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I ain't got nothing else. I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we done the whole show for over a damn 2 hours. I can't do it. Don't make no damn sense. I'm alone and in the dark. Child. That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. So yes, indeed, everybody. Hey. What a show for you all. Today. We talked about a lot today, actually. We talked about Norwegian Cruise Lines, that they have their brand new ship, Aura. It looks like a wonderful ship. Personally, I'll probably be going on the ones with the go-karts at sea because I like go-karting. But it looks lovely. It really does. It looks very, very lovely. And of course, it's different out here. I really like that they're elevating it to modern day energy. I love that. Then, of course, it's all about Disney parks and Imagineering and how apparently there's a brand new resurgence or a new renaissance for Imagineering. We'll believe it when we see it. There could be basic first class and basic business class seating to come to Delta Airlines very soon. Megan Thee Stallion officially opened up her first Popeyes in Miami, which is amazing. Okay, so shout out to that. Yes, indeed. Love that type of energy. And then right after that, we talked about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, stick to sports. Stick to sports. You really shouldn't even have your political show because you're going to insert your foot in your mouth. Like, for some odd reason, I don't know why media protects your ass, but like Joy Reid and Don Lemon said, you are the black version that white people want to consume, and that's a damn shame. Y'all basically are supporting the black version of 47 outside. God forbid if he gets on the inside. Moving on to HBCUs, that great exhibition of the Vanguard that is at the African American Smithsonian. That is absolutely incredible. Please go visit it. It's called the Vanguard Making and Saving History at HBCUs. That has opened up today. So please go and view that. And then, of course, Minnesota, Illinois invoking the 10th Amendment to protect their cities, and I hope to God that it comes back as a win for both of those cities so the president can understand you don't run shit here except your casket going into the ground at the end of your life. That's all you run is that. And finally, of course, our positive news stories, everybody. Tamar Braxton and Tony Braxton are good. Shout out to that. We love to see family get along here. Also, too, the fact that the U.S. Patent Office rejected Kanye West. Well done to y'all. Of course, shout out to the dying laptop. Shout out to the dying laptop. Shout out to the dying laptop. And I hope that fundraising goal fails miserably as fuck. Okay. All right. Moving on. Y'all, that's it. That's our show. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all for being here. Hope you guys enjoy it on the replay as well. A jam-packed show for you all. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love, and I send it right back to y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll be back tonight, 6 o'clock, with something. Don't know what yet, but it will be something good. I can assure you of that. All right. One love, much love, all love. Feel love. Send it right back to you. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.